Hi, Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we are continuing with our 10 things church musicians should practice piano players. We're going to still stay with number 5. Now, we were doing hymns, but we're going to include praise type songs. We have selected the song Give Thanks in the key of F. Let's get started opening up with our scale. This is part of the 10 things pianists should practice. And hit each note simultaneously using both hands so that you can be in sync. And also hear where your melody is going to come from. So looking at the melody, in fact, we'll go a little lower because our vocal, which we're going to be using our actual AI vocal, we are building a library of vocal audio tracks that we're going to be making available to our Patreon members. And if you join our Patreon, I'm grifting a little bit, join our Patreon on the free site just to see what the Patreon is all about. We'll be including some vocals there so that we don't leave anybody out. This is where our melody is going to be. We'll go higher because we want to tune the ear. And in the melody, you're hearing the chords. So what this does, and what it has done for me for decades now, when I can hear the melody positioning of notes in this particular scale it's in, I can then find the generic chords. For those who use the number system, you'll be in the 1, just block chord. Six. 3, 1, 4, the 1, 6. We're going to go to the 2 for the first time around. 1, 2, to the 5. Now, what happens is that when you use the bass chords, that's your number system scale, that will give you I'll call it the foundation for every chord you want to put on top of the number system chords. All these chords are built from the foundation of the number system. To the 2. Now you see my left hand adding additional chords, a bottom note, which is the number system designation, and also movement. The movement comes from practicing the scale and then looking musically at, well, what do I want to do? Give thanks. Now, it doesn't always have to be movement. I can just go straight block chords. Just block chords. Just block chords. And this came up. One of the comments was from one of my new viewers. What are block chords. In my determination, how I look at a block chord, it is a series of chords which follow the melody with no movement, with no arpeggiating, with no passing tones. Give thanks, block chord, block chord, all on the same block, all on the same block. Give thanks, for he has given Jesus. All these are on the block. They're all together. And what that does is again gives you the framework for what you want to do. There it is. That idea came up while I was playing it. And I want to show that. So let's pull in our vocalist, and we're going to give you the block chords. We'll try to call out the number system for those who are number system users with our soloist. Key of F. Here we go. 1.
Give thanks
7.
with a grateful heart.
6.
Give thanks
3.
to the Holy One.
4.
Give thanks
1.
because He's given
6.
Jesus
2.
Christ
5.
His Son.
Back to the 1.
Give thanks with a
7.
grateful heart.
3.
Give
6.
thanks to the
3.
Holy One.
1. 4.
Thanks because He's
1. 6. Flat to 7. E flat. Back to the 5. Okay, they won't go any further than that. So you see now, when you mix the combination of the number system in its basic form, and what I like to instruct in is the placement of melody and chords to support a path of the music. They work hand in hand. Where it becomes musical, in a sense, it's already musical, but when it really becomes musical is when you begin to arpeggiate, when you begin to add passing tones, when you begin to improvise what you're playing. Now, yes, I am mimicking the vocalist pattern by landing on the very notes that the vocalist will be using. Maybe not, but I can go. That is essentially what I'm doing, giving the vocalist a place to land their notes. Now, of course, when you want to start to go improvise, well, let's go back a little bit. When you want to begin to add passing tones, that's when when you've listened to other interpretations of music. You'll see me do. Using the very basic scale notes to my advantage to help add a little more musical tonage to the song. Again, these lessons are that I'm putting together with vocal AI vocalists is to help you build your own path you want to apply to familiar songs. Trust me, I've got a lot of stuff coming out for Christmas. You're really gonna love. So let's go back and let's add a little more movement just for that first part of the song.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given
again.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now
So now and again, I messed it up because I was trying to figure out how was I going to demonstrate to you what your mind can do as you don't have to worry about playing a melody. Because I'm very melody dependent in everything I play. I need the melody there so that I can, in advance, think of what changes do I want to do. Take the melody away, then I start to fumble. Because the one way I was going to go. Now, without the melody playing, I don't have a chance to think ahead. I can actually take my time and stop and imagine, well, what if I were to add that? And I'm in the scales. My chords are coming from, and that's the beauty about music. You're not locking yourself into always playing it the same way. So let's let the song go all the way through. Again, this is about giving instruction and adding to what you currently do musically. Let's go all the way through to the entire verse.
give thanks with a grateful heart.
Diminish.
Give thanks to the Holy One.
Five,
Give
one, four,
thanks because He's
3,
given
6,
Jesus
2,
Christ, His Son. Give
1.
thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One.
5,
Give
1, 4.
thanks
Higher.
because He's
3,
given
6. Flat
Jesus
E flat.
Christ, His Son.
Keep going. 3,
And now
3,
let the
6,
weak
6,
say,
7,
I am
2,
strong. Let the poor
5,
say,
6,
I
7,
am
1.
rich
Flat 4,
because
5,
of what
4.
the Lord
Flat
has
7 E flat.
done for
2.
us.
Change.
And
3,
now let the weak
6,
say,
7,
I am
2. Or
strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has
flat E flat.
done for
4,
us. Give
1.
thanks.
So, in that demonstration, as you can see, I'm trying to think of where the number system chords would be called out at, but you're not limited to just doing it. As you see, I went out of it when I threw this chord in there. That is considered a seventh, but the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a seventh chord in the number system, but in this uh, jazz turn, that is considered a seventh chord also. Because it goes from the 7 to the 3. Let me see. Give thanks with a grateful heart. 7, 3, 6. Now, there are so many content creators teaching gospel music, and I watch them because I want to make sure that I'm not giving false information, because their knowledge and the nomenclature of jazz is decades beyond mine. Because I never used the number system. I came up with the association of melody, chords, progressions, and then picking a style to be able to support a melody line. So if I call a number out incorrectly and there's someone watching who is actually more knowledgeable than I am, please put it in the comment. Because that gives me a chance to correct what I'm doing, what's wrong, because I want the musicians to get more than a skill of playing chords, but I want them to be able uh, to carry that on to every song that they play. So, and now there's our three, but if you look at the chord we're using a five chord. One, two, three, four, five, because of the way it sounds. And now let the now we're back into that sixth chord. But now this is a pentatonic scale in a sense because of the way it sounds. Here's the seventh chord, but it could be a four chord also. But seventh to the, we'll call it a flat two, because we got that major. As I often say, one note change in the major scale of any song you're in will change and add a different tone to your chord. Now we're back into three. We're still in the three, but look, we just changed our bass and it sounds. Or we could add one note change. Get it right. There it is. And resolve. Now you know you're going to E flat, so now you're thinking of what a E flat chord would sound like. But what I do is I'll do movement. And resolve one note. And now let the and now changing my positioning of my notes, or changing one note. Giving you all these chords because these are the chords that are in my head. Back to the E flat. But now we're going to the jazz E flat. That's the jazz E flat. First is the resolve on the four, on the five rather, the C7 with the give thanks. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let because I've tried this on a couple of other videos. I'm always curious how this works. I'm going to shut down the volume on my keyboard, but you're still going to see the notes show up, and I'm going to play the chords while you practice along with me. Here we go.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because he's given Jesus Christ, his Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks.
And that is your lesson for today. Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services. As always, if you do appreciate what we're sharing with you and you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, give us that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, because as I say, with this new AI software, we have so much coming. In fact, we may even go over some of our old music just so we can have the same ability. And of course, leave a comment. Sam Tobin, Sound of Joy Music Services. See you on the next 10 things every church pianist should practice. Take care.